management give an overview, follow-up on the financial situation of GB at present today? How is things going? How is the company looking moving forward? Seeing the last time we was here, we have received your financial statement for 2017 that was presented to Parliament. Nevertheless, I would like to know how we are doing today, seeing since the last presentation. If management could give an overview of how things are presently, and is there any update concerning possibility financing of GEBE's continued investment where that's concerned? And then the other question for me is to the minister. Can the minister please provide Parliament and update Parliament on the situation of management with their contract? When do the minister, this government see how soon, in order for us to see that this company would be stable, moving forward, continuity, than what we are seeing happening in our community, that the management team who's here now would be given the opportunity to continue with their work that they are busy with?
It is so that presently we are busy with our audit for the 2018 financial statements. So I can't really give no update on that particular area. What I can say is that we believe we will be somewhere where break even, or if we have to make a loss, it will be less than 5 million. We took most of our hit for the hurricane will come in 2018 and not in 2017. If you look at the financial statement, you'll realize in 2017 we still made a profit, but we expect to have some kind of hit, but I don't think it will be a large one. That is from first sight. When the financial statements get that far, I guess then I will have more clarity on that matter. As present, we have a number of projects that, of course, GB still has to carry out, but we taken into account that we're busy right now with financing. Hopefully, we will have clarity of who will be our financer by the end of May, because that process is presently ongoing. And hopefully, it will be for a number of projects based on years to come, because we know when you're going through financing, it will be for years to come. But with what we are looking at, we believe GB will be able to capture the most important projects that we need to get our company back up and running and to set it on the right track and to become a good competitor within the Caribbean for us to make sure we are up there. And if we look at our cash, I can say when we were here in February, we were talking that we had somewhere about 29 million. I checked an update this morning based on the latest cash projections that they showed me, which was as of the 6th of April. I think right now we are 33 million. I can say that our company is stabilizing where that's concerned. We still have a number of projects, as I said, to carry out. We still have the rest of the island to put on the ground and all of that, but all of that is in the pipeline to come. And we hope that by the end of June, we will have clarity on everything, what projects GB will be doing, how we will stand with the World Bank, so to speak, because as we know, it is a grant, but we're also looking at our finances. So that's what we are busy with right now. But I can say that GB is becoming more and more stable.
I would like to ask for an update on the funding via the World Bank. I see in an answer to one of the questions that I posed that it says here pending the approval and signing of the subsidiary agreement. So maybe we can get an update on how far is that that agreement. Another question I would like to ask, Madam Chair, is we can clearly remember the damage to many water tanks by Hurricane Irma. So if the management can give us an update, if Mr. Shittick can give us an update on the status of those tanks, what capacity are we back in place? And also, is there already financing in place for that, or is that what the World Bank is still going to be financing? Also, one last question, Madam Chair, is to the management also is what is the plan for the damaged building right now on Pondfield? I think that's the building where you formerly would go and pay the bills. What's the long-term plan for that building by the management, seeing that it was heavily damaged by Irma, and that we also faced the issues with water levels and flooding and all of that? What is the long-term plan by the management of GB for that building?
Question 26, it says, is NVGEBE overstaffed? If staff cuts are implemented, will this not reduce the level of service to the community? The answer is, at present, NVGEBE is busy with a manpower assessment which will indicate if the company is overstaffed or understaffed, with the aim of rendering the best and most efficient customer service. Can Minister, Madam Chair, can this be elaborated a bit more? I mean, okay, a manpower assessment in terms of the whole entire employment of GEBE, or just the customer service part of GEBE? And is there any update on the assessment thus far from when these questions were asked? Because I would want to believe that probably by now GBE would know, based on finances, whether they're overstaffed or understaffed. So I would like this to be elaborated a bit more, Madam Chair. Also, Madam Chair, I'm looking at the finances in terms of the on question 20, where it says provide a breakdown of the 37% of employment cost. And I'm looking here and I'm seeing that you have car allowances at 335,345. I would want to believe that this is guilders. And if that's car allowances, exactly what of the car, what exactly are you giving the allowance to? Is it for gas? Is it for having the car wash? I mean, what exactly does these allowances go to in terms of the vehicles? I know GEB has a lot of vehicles on the road, and it's a 24-hour institution, and electricity is out, water is out. I understand that part, but I would like to know exactly what the allowances go to. And also, you have rent allowance at $442,000. Are these the current building that GEBE is renting now? For example, I remember one time the building, as former Member of Parliament Dr. Lloyd had, does that include here also with the rent allowance? So I would like to know how many buildings are being rented at present with GEBE for the cost of 442,000 guilders and 786. Also, Madam Chair, I see that we have, which I didn't even know, I would want to believe is a good thing, tuition fees. And we have tuition fees at 40,952. What is meant by tuition fees? Is it that GEBE is sending away students to study the grade, water, electricity, diesel? You know, what is meant by tuition fees? And also, if you can elaborate a bit more on other personal expenses, which is about 258,000. You don't have to go into details, but I mean, what exactly is meant by other personal expenses? Also, Madam Chair, I would like to know, because I remember as Minister, this was also a discussion that came up at one point. Can GEBE give a breakdown in terms of the amount? How much money does government owe to GEBE as of present? So if you have to go back from last year or the year before that, bring it into the present status, given the situation that GEBE is in now. How much money is owed to GEBE by government? Because I know a substantial amount is owed to TELEM from government. So I would like to know how much is owed to GEBE at present. Thank you.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
I just like at our time to share historical facts. Two things I want to mention, and that is this year make 100 years since the International Labour Organization, the ILO, was established in 1990. But it's important to understand why we are here today. Because in 1884, the trade unions all over the world met in a conference and decided the 1st of May, 1986, that it should become law that the working man and woman should only work 8 hours per day. To the young people who are here today, this is significant because that is why we are here today on the 1st of May. It was in 1886 that that decision was made. And thousands of persons all over the world, in Europe, in America, in Africa, in the Caribbean, lost their lives for standing up and refusing to work on the 1st of May. So it's nothing to take lightly. It is very significant. And in saying that, you must understand that the ILO, which is now celebrating 100 years, the influence came from Caribbean trade union leaders. We can't overlook that. Slavery as a reality, at the opportunity of slavery, then the workers begin to promote equality, justice, and peace for all. That is why the ILO was established after the First World War. The European countries continue to fight among themselves for supremacy. One thing I want to note here is that in 1884 to 1885, even though most European countries divided Africa, Germany as a rising power called a meeting in Berlin and decided that we must further divide Africa. So Africa was divided among all European countries, France, Holland, Portugal, Spain, Belgium, and others. And so it was until the Second World War, when the UN was established and they understood the role of the ILO from 1919, that today the ILO is the only entity of the UN with a tripartite setting. And I stand here today to let you know that employers organization, government, and employees organization are equal partners in the development of society, of a country. We are not subordinates to employers or government. We are equal partners. That is why social dialogue is important, and tripartisan should be the cornerstone of every country today. Next month in Geneva, Switzerland, with the headquarters of the ILO, employers organizations, employees organizations, and government will meet to establish international conventions or labor conventions or international laws protecting the rights of workers and demanding workers' justice. That's not an easy thing to come by. But workers in the Caribbean, and I can't overemphasize the fact that the workers in the Netherlands Antilles and this group of islands, Curacao, Aruba, Bonaire, St. Martin, Sable, Statia, all of these islands, after the Second World War, when Holland was destroyed and find refuge in Canada based on their English partner giving them refuge here. In 1954, the Antilles, the first group of countries or islands or people in the entire world, received an autonomy, that the next step was independence. But that didn't happen. The only people in the Antilles that had a vision for that was Batika Cruz, Claude Mati, and Papa Gordon. Without a vision, people will perish. Lack of knowledge, people will perish. The last major uprising in the Caribbean was in Curacao, May 30th. The last major uprising. That's not to be overlooked because it's significant. In 1960, the United Nations, with the backing of the ILO and other entities, declared that by the year 2000, there should be no more colonies in the world. That's a fact, it's a reality. At the end of 2000, that wasn't a reality.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact WIB today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices, the Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Who you're for. Can you come, girl? Let me groove, let me groove, let me groove, let me groove. Hey, it's can you come, girl? I wanna groove, I wanna groove, groove. I want your bed right over, girl. Go a little lower, push back a little harder, roll it slower. I want you shake up your body, girl. Roll up your body.
Where are my sexy, mature, grown ladies in the building tonight? Put your hands up in the air tonight. I want it. Give me it. I need it. Hold on, I don't want no young girl, no, I just want it. Give me it. I need it. Hold on, I don't want no young girl, no, I just want it in all. She don't want some man that hold night, don't just push it hard and shake. She wants a man that gon' take it and me slow down switch it. But baby, when I hold it from behind, I promise you gon' be mine. She said no, no, no. Young boy, know you play so much milk in your face a while. Give me it. I need it. Hold on, I don't want no young girl, no, I just ready it. Give me it. I need it. Hold on, I don't want no young girl, no, I just want it in all. I like them all cause how they whine it is moving sweet. And when she whines, she does move, she wears and she moves, she feet. But lady, when I hold it from behind, I promise you want me mine. She said no, no, no. Young boy, know you play so much milk in your face, I'm on. Give me it. I need it. Hold on, I don't want no young girl, no, I just ready it. Give me it. I need it. Hold on, I don't want no young girl, no, I just want it in all. So, Ramon, how are we doing tonight? Where are my old things in the crowd tonight? Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Bang, go low, go low. I want you to know why I love our old thing. You want me to tell you why? Because if it wasn't for these old things, these beautiful old things, we would not have 50 years of Canavan. So make some noise for them right now. They have paved the way for me to do this right now. So I'm out to do this for you right now. Can I bring out my old thing right now? Can I bring out my old thing? Bring me my old thing. Bring me my old thing. Bring me my old thing. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Agnes. Make some noise. Agnes, they say you old, but you gonna show them that you not cold. You ready, Agnes? In the country, I gonna whine on you. In the country, I gonna choke it on you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, get up. Choke up on whine up on the wall. I ain't gonna choke up on whine up on the next. Whine up on choke up on. Show me Agnes. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Agnes. you gonna do 50 years without me, Pabin? No. Pabin here today. Pabin, you would never do 50 years of carnival without you. Make some noise for Mr. Carnival, Pabin! I see you got an old thing. You know, Pabin is 100-some years old. I need a young thing. Pabin, you sure you could handle that? Sonny boy, I know my back look old, but I'm strong and able. Pabin, I gonna bring you your old thing. I gonna bring you your young thing. Come here. In a counter tree, I want you wine and horn. In a counter tree, you gonna wine and horn. You ready? 1, Pabin, do the thing. 2, Pabin, do the thing. 1.